Did you know that you can support us for just 99 cents a month? That's right, friends. You can support everything that we do here at GSL for just 99 cents a month. Take a look around wherever this post is. You might see a link or maybe even a button that says support. Go there, check out the options, consider supporting us because, we enjoy bringing you all the daily inspiration as well as the weekly talk show, but we have much, much more to come. Thank you so much for the consideration. Bye-bye.
It's a miracle, baby.
Yeah.
Miracle, miracle, serves. Miracle, miracle, serves. Miracle, miracle, serves. Miracle, miracle, serves.
We keep having all these problems. How we gonna solve them? Every day it's the same thing. All these unsolved issues. I guess it's official. Here we go again, the same old thing. And I'm tired of me arguing and lying. So goodbye.
Good morning, everybody. It's your girl, Miracle Sims, and you're listening to God, Sex, and Love. Your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. It is May the 3rd, 2024, and today the topic is, Lord, give me the courage to believe. Happy Friday. Yes, happy Friday, everybody. I hope you guys had a wonderful Thursday. Mine was just fine. Yes, mine was good overall. Those that catch this thing live or something like that, you may notice that I am recording around the time that I usually would be waking up. Yes, your girl was up early this morning. I think around 1:13 is when I woke up. Could be a lot of things. I mean, one reason that I'm recording early is because yours truly, me, I've been invited to go to Jasper County Primary School for their career day. So, it's about an hour away. And so, yeah, I have to leave out early. Probably going to start getting ready around 6. So that's part of the reason why I am recording earlier as well. But yeah, man, I wanted to make sure I did the juice, get it on out the way, have it available for y'all while I go off and hopefully encourage and inspire the little children later on today. I'm excited about that and the opportunity, man. Shout out to my cousin who works there. That suggested me as, someone to come and talk to the kids. I think that's an amazing thing to, again, be sowing seeds or watering the seeds or whatever the case may be. I just hope I go and, do what I'm supposed to do, again, be encouraging and inspiring and everything. I was trying to get some stuff together, maybe some little different props if I have time to do a little activity with them, and then also just kind of showing them at least some of the things that I've created, because I'm going as an actress, author, entrepreneur, and so, yeah, I have quite a bit of things to show and share, but, again, it's a beautiful experience. I believe that's going to be good, and I'm looking forward to it. So, anywho, man, if I tell you guys about yesterday real quick, man, it was good. I mean, I worked. Main thing was getting ready for the new season, new theme at the church and whatnot. So that's one thing of significance and importance that took place yesterday. After that, man, your girl came on back home and pretty much gave myself a full unwind experience. I gave myself a new mani-pedi. Not that I'm trying to like floss in them for the kiddos, but you know what I'm saying? If you tell the kids that you got a nail polish brand, you want your nails and stuff to me. Like my polish was coming off that I did for Sunday, which I rushed through that process Sunday morning or whatever. So, I gave myself a fresh mani-pedi, you know what I'm saying? When I got back home, the whole full thing, I soaked my feet and everything. So, I took that time. But here's an interesting thing. As I was doing that, yesterday I was listening to some videos and whatnot, and one of them just happened to start playing, and it was talking about the mark of the beast. So I'm listening to it, just taking it in. I don't know if it was the first time I heard this particular video or not, but regardless, towards the end though, when they started talking about that believers will either get beheaded or have to take the mark, because whoever that Antichrist spirit, whoever's going to be or the Antichrist, that person, figure, whatever the case may be, will be in power and be forcing people to get the mark. Basically the choice is you either be beheaded or get the mark. And it pretty much was reiterating how important it was to not get the mark, based on Bible, because it seems like, again, regardless if you get the mark, I know they even brought up that some people like question, say for example, if you get the mark on your hand or whatever the case may be, and you cut off your hand, does that still count? And according to, again, the video I was listening to, it was saying yes, that it doesn't matter if you get the mark, you're going to be going through, I guess, the wrath of God or whatever the case may be. And so ultimately, I guess it's like, what do you fear most, right? Do you fear man, right? Do you fear the Antichrist, or do you fear God? And I think our actions, as humans, I think our actions say that we fear man more than we fear God. And I ain't gonna lie, man. I cannot lie to you. Like, as I'm listening to all of that, I had an emotional response. I had an emotional response because I guess, put myself in the shoes of these individuals, and I hope and pray, right, that I don't have, well, okay, before I even say that, I'll say this. I'll say what I prayed yesterday. My prayer in that moment, as I was reflecting on, if I am to be one of those people, right, that will have to have that choice between being beheaded or getting the mark, I hope and pray to God that I am bold, I am strong, I have the courage, I have the faith to get the beheading versus getting that mark. I know that's crazy to think about, and things of that nature. Of course, we hope and pray that, those of us that are believers and whatnot, we know, we heard about like the tribulation and, the rapture and, all this different type of stuff, and the pre-trib rapture, and we're hoping and praying for that. But you just never know, honestly, because, let's keep it real. Again, we know that all the crazy things are going on in the world, and there are people that are dying now for their faith, so who's to say, that me, you, or whoever won't have to face that decision, at some point. And that will be listen, look again, for the record, I have not had much pain in my life. You know what I'm saying? Even with childbirth, I was blessed with the opportunity to get the epidural. Now, I had to deal with the pain of the aftermath, and things of that nature. But still, you know what I'm saying? I had a level of comfort when it came to actually, pregnancy and giving birth because of the epidural and things like that. And so this is a huge, big thing. Like, I have never broken a bone. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm somebody that has a blessed life. So, but that is what I hope and pray. Like, if that's me, if I have to be in that line and get beheaded, versus getting that mark based on my faith and the Lord and things of that nature, I hope and pray that I am bold enough to do that. And I hope and pray that if it's not me, my bloodline, whatever the case may be, I hope and pray my children's children will be bold enough to make that choice, and will know, again, what I stand for. And not even just because of me, but I hope that what they see in me can encourage and inspire them to make that choice at the end of the day. Because, again, like, do we fear man or do we fear God? And I think, just based on Bible and things like that, it seems like it's more beneficial to fear the Lord. Because at least, by being beheaded according to the Bible, people, will reign with Christ and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? You get a level of what they call like rewards or whatnot, in the quote unquote afterlife, in eternal life, in the infinity or whatever that's supposed to be taking place after we get done with this side of life. Because again, that video is going, and if you guys want to see the video, you should be able to still find it on our Facebook page. But even if you don't, you should be able to find it on YouTube. Just look up Mark of the Beast, and it's kind of like a cartoony type of video, like kind of like black and white. I can't remember the name of the channel, but they have a lot of content and videos that they've made. But it's just something to think about, man. It's something to be considerate of, because there will be believers at that time, because again, in order to make that choice, there has to be believers still on earth at that time. Now, we can speculate, right? Maybe, we can hope and pray that, okay, people that are believers now, that they will be raptured. The lukewarm people will become believers at that point. And unfortunately, they got to go through the da-da-da. Like, we can speculate that those are the believers that will have to make that choice. But who knows? You know what I'm saying? So with that stuff on my heart and mind, man, again, I was praying for courage. I was praying for boldness last night. And so, and I guess the conversation is continuing today to pray for boldness and whatnot. I mean, I was listening to Marcus Rogers yesterday as well. And, I feel like over the past couple of days, I've heard him share about like Sharia law and things of that nature. And then, he shared about, I guess, what's going on these college campuses right now and everything. And, and I feel like I talked about this a while back or whatever, but I mean, yeah, the future does look bleak. We don't like to think these things because, we're living life, and, we don't want to think that the future looks bleak, because we have to go into that future, whether it's us or our kids. I mean, you want to think life is great, you want to, and it is, the world is a beautiful place. Life can be very good, again, because the Lord made it. But however, again, when we see how we treat each other, when we see, again, the fruit that's coming from media and all these different things, I mean, we definitely can see the evils of the world amplified. And I guess my question is, what do you believe? Because, again, your life is going to reflect what you believe. Again, do you truly have the faith that you say you got? Because, I mean, hey, again, when we're struggling and we're going through and whatnot, what are you leaning and depending on? I joke with my husband about this every now and then or whatever. And I know, again, he's working out his own salvation with fear and trembling, you know what I'm saying? I know he says he's a believer. I'm not saying he's not. I'm just saying, no matter what, we got to look at it like, okay, not just say, what would Jesus do? But we got to be looking through everything through the lens of as a believer, again, as I struggled, and y'all seen me struggling the past few months, right? Y'all seen me, the ups and downs of my mood, all the different things, right? But what did I have to do? I had to lean and depend on the Lord, right? I had to try my best to focus on God and focus on, again, his will and way. Understand that, okay, my life is beyond my quote unquote desires and things of that nature, and the temptations coming my way. Like, all of these things matter. And again, your life will reflect what you truly believe. And so when you face adversities and when you face, again, the tribulations and all these different things, you can tell what you believe by what you say, what you do, and what, again, your life. And so, now don't get me wrong, we're not the only ones that struggle, and whatnot. Again, Jesus himself was saying, hey, Lord, if there's another way, I'm open to the other way, but your will be done, X, Y, and Z. So obviously, we're in good company to, I guess express our desires or whatever the case may be in regards to not being fully in alignment sometimes, right? Because every now and then again, our flesh be wanting to do what it want to do and be wanting what it wants, and I think a lot of us want to just go through life without any issues, right? We don't want no issues, no drama, none of that type of stuff. Like my mentor would say, keep the drama on the stage. Like, I'm not somebody that wants drama in my real life. Like, I just want to, have a great life, enjoy my family, have a good time with friends, eat good food, travel. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just want to have a good life or whatever the case may be. So when it comes to, again, thinking about death and loss and fear and shame and just all the things, it can get to be much, right? And I think, again, the reason we feel like those things aren't fair and aren't right is because this technically wasn't supposed to be our life. You know what I'm saying? That's not what we're supposed to be experiencing according to, again, the Bible and my understanding. So do we need to ask the Lord to help us have more courage and boldness in our faith? I believe so. I mean, again, they were talking about, how, again, other faiths or the Muslims in particular, for example, they're out here, playing the long-term game in regards to, they're having families, they're being fruitful and multiplying in the way that God told us to do. And then here we are as believers going back and forth about whether life is in the womb or not. You know what I'm saying? Here we are as believers wanting to put our own desires above, again, the will and desires of the Lord. Again, we're supposed to be, getting married, being fruitful, multiplying, making disciples, all these different type of things, and we're not doing any of it, right? And then it's like, again, when we see the things happening in the world and we see, again, how politics is going and how the media is pushing things and all these different things, we can't do nothing about it, or we feel like we can't do anything about it as believers. We just like, oh, well, God's going to, and he will. Yeah, he going to take care of us and things like that regardless. Yes. But, there's just certain things, again, that, well, I guess this is my theme of today, that, again, your life will reflect what you truly believe. And so if you are a believer and you know that, okay, I need to be out here making disciples, then get on it. Because, again, people's lives are in the balance, as they say. Again, I told you guys recently about my co-worker and whatnot, and I don't know all the details. I know I talked to one of her friends yesterday that was, kind of really distraught about, her loss and things of that nature. Again, she has 2 daughters, and one, I think the oldest one might be in high school. You know what I'm saying? The other one's in elementary, my understanding. You see what I'm saying? Like, and I don't know what she could have been going through and stuff. I don't want to, like, say too much in regards to, because I don't know any details and whatnot in regards to, like, what happened for sure and things like that. But regardless, it's like, let's say again, she was at the point of giving up, like we talked about yesterday, right? She's a believer. She worked at the church. You know what I'm saying? Like, what would possess her to give up? You know what I'm saying? Like, and why were we as the body of Christ not there for her in that moment? I know that sometimes I think God, it's very interesting because I feel like the Lord has put a level of maybe it's just understanding or grace for people, or maybe it's even love, for people that are like really, really in situations where they're tough. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so there's been people in my life that how can I say this? Well, what I hear, right, as I interact with people, let's just put it in general. I interact with people, right? And, I treat people the way I want to be treated. I try my best to do what the Bible say, right? I guess I have a certain level of loyalty for people, and things like that. I know me and my sister joke every now and then, like, we're our mother's daughters, because at the end of the day, she's that way as well with people. I know we had a conversation yesterday when she was kind of talking about some of the things that she's been or what observations that she's made about like different interactions she's had and throughout her life and things like that. And you can get to the point where you you feel weary in the well doing, right? Because you feel like, man, people don't appreciate this or that, and and stuff like that. But anyway, what I was saying about other people, I feel like sometimes I have a level of like understanding for people that some people tell me I don't, it's too much, you know what I mean? You're too nice, or whatever the case may be. But I'm like, I mean, well, again, God gave me grace and mercy, so who am I not to give grace and mercy to the next person? I mean, again, if people going through, people need encouragement, whatever the case may be. If I can do that and if I'm available, then I try my best to do that. But again, y'all know I struggle because I said since the beginning, like, Lord, people got their own mind, choices, free will, so who am I and what am I to do? So I'm somewhere in between in that, right? But I say all that to say, like, again, we just have to think about, again, like, yes, you need to, again, build your own relationship with the Lord and get this thing together for yourself, and yes, pray for yourself and stuff like that. But understand, again, your journey is for others as well. So I know I guess just me trying to tell you guys what of the inspiration and where it came from has led me to talk this much, so my apologies. But I just really want to, I guess, just bring it on home and help you guys understand that, yeah, man, I am too seeking the Lord and asking for courage and boldness and whatnot, because it's very important. Obviously, our belief is very important, and we have to build up, even if it ain't us. We got to build up the next generation to have that boldness and faith, or whatever the case may be, to make those type of harsh and I hate to say crazy decisions, but yeah, make those type of decisions that yeah, that would be definitely hard to make, but again, I'm praying for boldness for myself and whatnot. But let me go ahead and give you guys some Bible, okay? So Joshua 1:9, it says, "Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be frightened and do not be dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go." Do you believe this, y'all? Do you believe this? Again, yes, he has commanded us to be strong and courageous. Why would we need to be strong and courageous? Well, because we're going to be faced with different types of adversities, right? Not only, again, the trials and tribulations of life, right? The ups and downs of life. But again, yeah, the temptations. We got to be strong and courageous against temptation. We got to be strong and courageous against any of the attacks of the enemy. We got to be strong and courageous facing, again, death and different things of this nature. So he's asking us to be strong and courageous. Now, again, we're blessed here in America, you know what I'm saying, where we have freedoms of religion and all this different type of stuff where, it ain't too detrimental to be, bold right now. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can be bold right now, right? But will you be bold again when you're facing the chopping block, right? Will you be bold once you got the gun in your face? Like, will you be bold when again, about to lose your job? Or will you be bold when you losing a friend or family or whatever the case may be? Because, again, your beliefs and things of that nature. We got to be bold. We got to be courageous. We got to be strong. And, I mean, the fruit. I mean, we are seeing and we are studying, right, the boldness and the strength of our forefathers, right? Those disciples, those that believed those years ago. Like, we're studying their boldness and faith and strength and whatnot to believe, right? And so, again, we have to carry that on. Now, again, we hope and pray, sure. Pre-trib rapture, Lord, if that's your will, you know what I mean? I would gladly just be raptured versus, if I got a choice, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think I'd take the Raptor for 100, you know. However, again, there's plenty of biblical figures as well as afterwards that have had to, again, be strong, courageous, bold, and whatnot, for the faith, for Christ, and knowing that they may not ever either reap or receive whatever rewards and whatnot happens here on earth, knowing that they probably would only see and receive those things in the afterlife, as they say. So let me keep going. You got some more verses, hopefully, to be encouraging and inspiring. Isaiah 41:10 says, "Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." That just was something that was standing out to me this morning about the verses that were coming directly from the Lord. Yeah, okay, we know that the guy, the authors, they wrote it down. Yeah, but I'm saying the ones that sound as if they are coming from the mouth of God. You know what I mean? Like those two verses I just shared. They are direct, information and instructions. Is that, have I not commanded you, to be strong and courageous? And then this one I just read is telling us, "Fear not, I am with you." Things of that nature. And so, this should be encouraging and inspiring us to know that, okay, the Lord is with me. He from his own lips, right, it wanted me to know that he's with me and it's for me and all these different type of things. He's going to help me and things of that nature. Again, as I cried out for help just a few weeks ago, whatever the case may be, he was there to help me and things like that. And so, yeah, let's be encouraged. I got another verse for you guys. It's 1 Corinthians 16 and 13, I believe. If it's not 13, then it's 18. Y'all can check and see which one it is. But anyway, it says, "Be watchful, stand firm in the faith, act like men, be strong." This is a verse I shared with you guys yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. Or if not yesterday, then maybe Saturday. But whenever it was, I feel like it was recently that I shared this verse and whatnot. And this is what we got to do. We got to be watchful. We got to stand firm in the faith. And it says, act like men. Again, I've just talked to you guys about this recently. I mean, this is what we need to do. So again, if you need to know what it looks like, you know what I'm saying? Then this is what it looks like. It's standing firm. It's watching, right? It's paying attention to what's going on in this world and things of that nature. And then act like men, be strong and be brave, and everything like that. Let me give a shout out to my sis, Miss Christy. Y'all seen her on the GSL platform back when we had accountability going on and whatnot. Good morning, Miss Christy. Thank you for tuning in. I hope all is well with you and that you are encouraged and inspired by this juice. Let me keep going. I got one more verse. It's John 16:33. It says, "I have said these things to you that in me you have peace. In the world you will have tribulation, but take heart. I have overcome the world." Like I said, y'all, I mean, again, these, I feel like are three different quotes coming from the Lord letting us know, like, what it is, right? And again, it's good for us to know these things in advance, because who would want to go through life and not know, like, the consequences of our actions and things of that nature? I think it's better to know something than to not know. Now, we might not like that. That might be pulp, because then you know something and you're like, oh, but I don't want to do it. And then now you got to deal with that consequence or whatever. But for those that do know and do take it seriously and are being watchful and standing firm and things of that nature, then this should, again, bring us some type of peace and whatnot to say, okay, you know what? The Lord has already told me that I'm going to go through tribulations. The Lord has already told me that, again, as a believer, that I should expect persecution, the Lord has already shown me through all the multiple biblical figures that, again, there were people that went through life and never saw the promise. There were people that, had a long time to receive whatever their promises and stuff like that was. There's some that had to die for the faith. Like, there's all kinds of things that are I feel like are warnings to us. We just look at the Bible as just rules, man. So I think that's part of our issue. We just look at it like, oh, it's telling me I can't do this, I can't do that, I don't want to do it. No, we should, again, renew our hearts and minds to look at this as warnings, right? and letting us know in advance, hey, so the consequences are this, and so now now you can do something about it. Now you can live accordingly, things of that nature. So I mean, I don't went in this morning, y'all. So let me go ahead and let you guys go. You guys can go deeper. I mean, the first couple of verses that I put in the go deeper section are kind of like some prayers that people, they're quotes that people said in the Bible, but I feel like they can be our prayers because, again, sometimes we got to ask the Lord, hey, Lord, help me with my unbelief, And then I think that even the disciples was asking, the Lord to help build their faith and things of that nature. And so those two verses are in there. And then hopefully there's the other couple of verses will encourage you and inspire you as well. The juice this morning is, again, I'm praying to the Lord, to give me courage to believe. Again, we need to get more serious about our faith. If you claim to be a believer, then we need to, again, get more serious and get more diligent and get on whatever job that the Lord has created you to do. Because it seems to be a very, very serious choice and with serious consequences and things of that nature. And we just don't want to be, not to say left behind or something, but just ask yourself, like at the end of the day, like, what would I do if I face this? And I guess that'll let you know where we stand. But anywho, let me give you guys the Bible verse of today. I think it coincides with this conversation, so here it is. It's 2 Corinthians 12:9. It says, "And he said unto me, my grace is sufficient for thee, and my strength is made perfect in weakness. Most gladly, therefore, will I rather glory in my infirmities, that the power of Christ may rest upon me." Friends, I hope you all enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. I pray you guys can go forth and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow, if the Lord's will. Bye-bye. This episode was brought to you in part by Ava Justin, the host of the Ava Talk, where entrepreneurship, entertainment, and empowerment collide. Join her journey of faith, wisdom, and inspiration at theavatalk.com.